Hey, it's Dr.Nikki Zeigler back with another episode of the Convo Christian Talk Show. Guys, I am so excited tonight. Isn't God good? Come on, go ahead and like, tag, and share. Put it in the chat. God is good. This is our eighth episode. We've been doing this for the last 6 years. Just excited to see what God's gonna do. So many connections, so many amazing women doing what they do. Shout out to the Herpreneur Media Group. Listen, if you are watching us, go ahead and go to Red Cool TV, Amazon Prime, Fire, and join us while we do this amazing interview. I definitely want to acknowledge all of our sponsors. Our number one sponsor is going to be Glorified Cosmetics. Hey, Glorified Cosmetics, Chandrika Willis Reed. The face beat to the guys. That's who do my face. She have her own lipstick, lip gloss, liners, just all kind of things. Don't forget to tell her I sent you. Okay, let her know Dr. Nikki is bragging on you, and so we're grateful for that. Also, want to pull out another sponsor of ours. It's the Dear Little Girl in Me. Y'all know we went to New York City, had an amazing time in April. We hit Billboard, Times Square. We went to the View. We had so much fun that weekend. But the Dear Little Girl in Me is coming back, another anthology. If you are that dear little girl and you had some wounds that God has delivered you from, or maybe you've been through some things that you have healed from and you want to tell your story, join me. We're going back to New York the first week of April of next year. We already got over 20 ladies signing up. I'm only doing 30 ladies with me. We're going back to New York and have a good time again. What a joyous occasion. That's one of our sponsors. And then, of course, the I Speak Her tote bags. We've had our bags for the last 3 years. It is your everyday bag. It's an official sponsor for the Convo. And then last but not least, I do want to talk about this new conversational game, the vision that God gave me. It's called It's All Kingdom. It is a conversational game for leadership. 325 cards, and the only thing you do is sit around and ask questions about your business, about your ministry, about your relationship. And so it's all kingdom. It's a great card game that you'll sit down and you got up to 10 players to play it with, and it debuts at the Her Code Experience in August. And so we're grateful for that. But listen, if you are looking to advertise, I would love for you to join the Convo Christian Talk Show with me and be one of my sponsors. And so if that's you, come on over here and let's have the real conversation. I'm excited about that. I do want to do this announcement first. Also, don't forget that we've got a couples retreat coming up. The Marriage Cave Cruise is going to Aruba, February the 13th through the 21st, hosted by myself and my amazing husband, Bishop Jeremiah Zeigler. So we'll be happy. Listen, 8 days, 7 nights. If you are a couple and you're looking to tap into cruising, my husband is the marriage coach. He's amazing. And if you need some marriage counseling, he would love to speak with you. Also, we do have the Strong Her Retreat. We're going to Jamaica September the 1st through the 6th. 2027. If you're ready to go and get healed, set free, I am so excited to have you to join us in Jamaica. The Strong Heart Retreat is our 4th year doing it, and we're grateful for that. But nevertheless, I'm excited. I had an opportunity to meet this young lady a couple of months ago, and she just her humbleness it's just blessed my whole soul. And when you meet her, you would think like, man, as much things as she do, her humbleness is just attractive. It's attracted me to her because she's just a kind, gentle soul, and she just don't play. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring in the Cicley Gay. Thank you for coming tonight.
Hi. Thank you for
Hi.
that intro. It's so beautiful. I'm so
You're
blessed
so
to know you.
amazing. I was just with you last week, and the lady
Mhm.
read your whole bite. I was like, ooh, look at all this amazing stuff you're doing. Oh
You
my
know,
God.
yeah, and I actually appreciate it. I know bios can get long, and I had no expectation for her to do that.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate it when we get to hear people's full story and their full work and their full, experience. And oftentimes we only see a little bit of somebody, right? They're siloed
Right.
when you hear who they are, what God has done with them. And people take time to listen to that. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, she took her time and she read the whole thing.
I
And
know.
you know what? And the more she read it, I was just getting chills. Like, man, you have
Ooh.
you've done so much, Cicely, to be so young. Like,
Thank you for saying
you've
so.
done a lot. And so
Yeah.
I wanted to bring you on the show because not only because of who you are and what you're doing in our nation, the world, but also the humbleness that you have. I was just really attracted to that. I was like, man, as big as you are, you know, I meet a lot of people, girl, and their attitude is horrible. It's a lot of mean girls
Yes.
in the world. It really is, you know. So when I meet someone who have kindred spirit like mine and don't mind sharing the story, I gravitate to those people, and I bring them with me on the show because I feel like you have a lot to say, and the nation need to hear your sound, and that's what I do.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
so tell the people who you are.
Sure. I mean, I am Cicley Gay. I am the board chairwoman of Black Lives Matter, the Global Network Foundation, a role in which I've served for the last 4 years. I'm also a mother of three amazing sons. And I'm someone who's worked only in nonprofits and in philanthropy for about 30 years now. I
Ooh,
have my own philanthropic consulting firm called The Amplifiers that I've been running for 10 years, where I help nonprofits do good better. And I just launched BLM Sports, which is
yes.
supporting through care, competition, and capital our next generation of families and athletes through health and wellness. So I have my hands very busy. That's who I am professionally. But most of all, like, to your point, I'm somebody who loves deeply, and I've kept love at the center of everything that I do, and that's what's enabled me to continue to serve others.
And I think that's so important to keep love in the center, you know, to keep love. Oftentimes when I do interviews, and I've done thousands of interviews, my question to you tonight is, how do you balance? You have
Yeah.
so many things going on and so many titles. How do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I mean, I think about when I said this verse, I think when we were together, Galatians 6:9, right? Do not grow weary in well doing. And it's interesting that you led into that question, talking about love, because for me, it's not an emotion, it's an action. It's the one thing that what we give it, but we can get just as much away, right? Get much as just as much back rather than when we give it
Mhm.
away. And so for me, I think it's less about balance equally and more about synergy and alignment. And speaking very frequently to God and hearing Him and knowing when I'm out of alignment. And that's what gives me the strength to continue to move forward. And I think more importantly, the discernment when,
Mm.
I'm not supposed to be spending my time and energy in one place, which oftentimes will drain or exhaust you. Having the discernment to know where to focus my energy, and oftentimes those places will fuel you, right? So I think that's the answer. I have amazing people in my life who love me. I love connecting with people like you, so we pour into each other. You're right.
Mhm.
Like, we meet a lot of people, and sometimes you feel it right away, where it's like,
Yes.
at the core of it all, we're two women who love and are trying to, walk boldly and God's divine assignment for our lives. And that's the ecosystem. That's the community that I work every day to build. So
Mm.
that's how I do it. I continue to do more of the things that fuel me, and less of the things that drain me.
So, you know, what does it mean to carry the responsibility of being the board chairwoman of the Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
Foundation?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do have to bring it back to love, because it is not always easy. It's like love is a strategy, Dr. Nikki. And when you are leading a global organization that is not mine, right? It's a nonprofit, it's a foundation. 27 million people marched around the world in 2020 on behalf of Black life. I have to understand that I have a level of accountability to folks, but I can't listen to everything that everybody says and everyone tells me to
Mhm.
do. And so that the burden is heavy, the responsibility is heavy. But I didn't posture to get here. I was working in communities quietly behind the scenes, building nonprofits, supporting social justice initiatives, helping organizations get funding, and they found me. And so that's how
Mhm.
I know, right? Like, this was a role that God had assigned to me, at a particular time in not only my life, but in the world, right? And so
Mhm.
it's not easy, but I think I always remember, like, this is not my organization. I will not be the board chair forever. Nobody stays on a board of directors forever. And
Mhm.
so I have to be accountable and responsible to the people that I serve.
Wow. So when when you think about leadership act purpose, what has this season taught you the most out of all seasons?
Yeah. I think, it's important for us to approach service. And so many of us, I mean, this is a Christian podcast, and I'm so grateful to be able to speak to other believers. I mean, there are a lot of people in movement and in the world that are not Christian, that are not believers. And so we don't, come from the same framework. So I love that I can speak to people who gotta get it. But I think you've got to come from wholeness. I think so many of
Mhm.
us know that we're supposed to serve, right? We know we're supposed to be good and faithful servants, but oftentimes we're taught that that means serving to the point of exhaustion. It means serving, not putting your oxygen mask on first. And
Mhm.
I have had to learn over the course of the last 4 years that Cicely doesn't take care of Cicely. Cicely can't serve anybody else, right?
Yes.
My mentor says all the time, Cicely, give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. And
Ooh.
that is not selfish, right? That is not selfish. That is showing up fully as the person that God designed me to be. And so that's really what I've learned. I've got to be whole. I've got to, rest when it's time to rest. I got to sit myself down when it's time to sit myself down. I got to get real quiet and not listen to the outside noise, because people will tell you who they think you are without even knowing
Mhm.
who you are if you let them, right? So I
Mm.
have to come from a very steady, firm foundation. And that requires alignment with God, but also that I am making sure to fill up my own cup, so that I can serve others.
So good, man. And actually you answered that third question because I was going to ask you, how do you stay grounded? And you said it. You got to
Yeah,
stay in alignment because this is a weighty assignment. This is
yeah,
heavy.
it's
And
heavy.
when I look, every time I see you, I'm like, gosh, you're carrying so many people on her
Yeah,
back. I mean, you
yeah,
carry all in this. And for me, I own a network of women, but you're carrying men and women
yeah.
and
It's
our
and
culture.
yeah,
Ooh.
it's yeah, there's a lot of sleepless nights. There's a lot of questioning whether or not I'm doing the right thing at the right time. Because, well, I mean, when you're serving Black folks in these United States of America, there's no lack of opportunity, right? Like, somebody is always hurting, always suffering. Systemic racism, I believe, is very real. There's always people in my DMs, in my inbox, asking and needing support. But I come from a place of humility. I needed support too. I know what it feels like, right? To have to put, pennies together to try to get my kids to school. I know what it feels like to live in my car, right?
Mm,
I know what it feels like, and to not be able to feed my children. And so, I can't think now that I've gotten to a place where, I am more stable financially,
mhm.
mentally, emotionally, that I've forgotten. I had my oldest son when I was in high school, so I was 16 years old when I gave birth to him. So, when I'm looking in the face of a young girl, I want to be who I needed when I was a child, right? I want to
That's
be who I
right.
needed, right?
Yes.
And so that's I think what holds me true. I'm not so far away from those experiences and that life that I've forgotten and have to continue going because I have a lot to give. So much has been given to me.
Mm. So I have to ask you this question. You got your table. How do you navigate when it's time to remove certain people from the table?
Ooh, yeah, listen,
I
you
mean,
are
like,
channeling. I need to call my mentor because I'm thinking about all the things she says to me. And you probably heard this one before. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in the story of your
right.
life, right? You
Hmm.
gotta prune accordingly. I mean, I think, everyone is worthy of respect. And I believe that transparency and honesty is the way to move throughout life, right? I keep saying, like, I can't lie because I forget my lies. I couldn't do it, right? So
Right.
so
Me
I
too.
can't do it. So a lot of the time people are like, Cicely, you shouldn't have said that. I'm like, well, that's how I feel, and that's what I think. And so I think it becomes, though, easy when you know that you're that you're in alignment with a bigger path for your life, because it just doesn't fit, right? It's like a puzzle, and you can see when a puzzle piece doesn't fit. So if there's a person that is bringing you down, if there's a person that is not filling you up, this person that's criticizing you, doesn't believe in you, they're not going to fit,
Mm-hmm.
into the puzzle of your life. And you have a vision, right, for what God wants for you, and you can
Right.
see in the future, right? You could see what that puzzle is supposed to look like. And so I'm very honest with people. I mean, I've had sit down conversations where I'm like, we just don't laugh at the same jokes. We're heading in two different directions. Or, I love you, but that doesn't mean that you have to, have a front row seat in my life and have a place in my life. I can love you from afar. I've literally had
Mm-hmm.
those conversations. And then a lot of the time people will, they'll prune themselves. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
a lot of the time they'll poke at you. When they don't get to you, they'll move to somebody else. And so
Right.
sometimes it's easy. Sometimes the light will flush them out.
That's right. The light will flash them out. I always say that. They'll be drawn the light, and then all of a sudden, it'd be too bright for them. It's too
That's
much,
right.
so they'll back away. But I'll say this: I did a message in our network, and I talked about the moth, and I talked about the butterfly. And the moth assignment is to die. If you think
Mm,
about a moth, every time it goes to the light, it kills itself.
wow.
You never thought about that?
No, you're right.
You see, a butterfly doesn't go to the light. It doesn't
Yeah.
go. But mind you, they
Yeah.
came from the same people, same thing, shaped the same
Yeah.
way. Both been in the
Yeah.
cocoon, both did the
Yeah.
same thing.
And sometimes you can mistake a moth for a butterfly, right? Sometimes when they're floating around, you think it's a butterfly, and then you get a little
But
bit
it's
closer, and you're like,
moth.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
purpose of a moth is they attract light, and they keep hitting it and keep hitting
yeah,
it. And I preached a sermon about this. They keep hitting it, and eventually you'll look around and see moth dead.
yeah.
But the
It's right.
butterfly, but the butterfly is still going.
That's
So they,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So what I want to ask you, what do you want people truly to understand about the heart behind the justice work that you do?
Yeah, I mean, I want people to know that Black Lives Matter, believe it or not, was never copyrighted. It's very important that I share that with folks so they understand the framework from which I'm serving. There are thousands of organizations called Black Lives Matter. I am the board chair of the most notable, the largest, the one that holds or held the majority of the assets. But they wanted, when they founded it, to be a leader-full movement, not a leaderless movement. And sometimes there are people who, have acted in ways that are not necessarily in alignment with the foundation or other Black Lives Matter chapters. We're all essentially independent, right? And so my work is a philanthropic leader. So, and people have to say, like, philanthropy, what is that? Basically, people think it's somebody who writes checks. That's often very true.
Mhm.
But for me though, I always remember what the word philanthropy means. It's from the Greek philos, and anthropos, which is the love of humanity. Philos, which is love, anthropos, which is humanity. So people think, you're a philanthropist, you just go around, writing checks. But for me, it's the heart of it's the heart of people. It's stewardship, not ownership. And for me,
Mhm.
stewardship is very spiritual. And so, what I want people to know is that I am leading this organization in such a way that I'm accountable to the people. I'm also accountable to a higher power. This is not my organization. And I have to think about just not direct service every day. I have to think about long-term impact. I have to think about long-term investments. I mean, when I came on this board, this organization never filed taxes, right?
Mm.
And $90 million came in to Black Lives Matter. People have asked and seen on the internet all kinds of things, and the taxes hadn't been filed because the people in leadership, for this reason and many others, we're doing the work on the ground, and nobody expected to have that kind of, groundswell of opportunity to serve. But we had to take a step back and say, hold up, we got to be really, really intentional. Now we are a nonprofit. Now we have to register with the IRS. Now we have to have our I's dotted and our T's crossed, right? To make sure that we can be here for a while. And that is, something that makes the news. So I think, to answer your question about the way that I serve people, I know my lane. Right. I know that it takes us all. There are some people like you who elevate your voice in ministry and media. There are other people who do it through, a classroom. There are other people who do it, by taking to the streets with a bullhorn or a megaphone. Right. And I'm not going to try to be somebody I'm not. But I'm going to stand very firmly in who I am and do it with excellence. And then partner with those others who are, serving community, working in social justice, elevating the voices of under-resourced people in the ways that they have been called to serve.
So how do you handle criticism, pressure, and misunderstanding when you're leading in a public space?
Yeah, this has changed over the last 4 years. 4 years ago, it was really hard. I used to, I used to read the comments. I used to respond to every comment and say, that is not true. Like, why are you saying that about me? Or, why is this person making up this story about me? They've never even talked to me. And I believe that, a lying tongue only lasts for a moment, but the truth endures. I mean, that's what the Bible says, right? And so for me, it's been about showing the truth through my work every single day. Every single day. And I had doubts, early on too. Remember, I told you I didn't position to be here. I didn't say, ooh, I want to, lead that organization. It was my oldest son who I gave birth to when I was in high school, who, after raising 3 boys, only working in nonprofits, struggling for many years, but always wanting to serve, he says to me, how can you say no? You've been supporting Black life. You raised 3 Black sons, and did it working in nonprofits without the benefit of a partner. And, we've heard that God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right?
Come on now.
So, right. So when you I mean, you think about it, Moses had excuses, and Gideon doubted himself, and Jeremiah thought he was too young. And, so if you listen to the chatter, right, we got enough here, but if you listen to other people, then you'll never do what God has called you to do. And so so that's it. I've got good people around me. I filter out the noise, and I let my light speak for itself. I let my truth speak for itself, because I just keep doing who I'm called to do, and the things that are not true, they fall by the wayside. And it's crazy. I've had people on social media who have said things about me and Black Lives Matter. So they send people to, how it is. They send people to my page and they're like, you're the one who did this and you did this. And then they go through my page and they start looking and they're like, oh, that's not true. Or, like, you've never done this before. And then they'll scroll and be like, well, no, I was serving community when I was 18 years old. Like, oh, you've never been to a protest. Oh, I was marching when I was 21 years old. Right. And so I love it when I can, show and prove, and social media helps with that quite a bit. But most importantly, like, the truth is what people will see. And you don't have to waste your time with the naysayers. They're always going to be there.
Well,
can I say one funny story that somebody taught me? This is what I mean about. This is what I mean about having good people around you.
Right.
I remember I said early on, I was getting into it, and it was so sad for me. And I was like, God, why are people so mean? And he said, I want you to go online to YouTube or whatever and look up The Lion King. Now, The Lion King is a beautiful movie. I'm sure somebody thinks there's some controversy about The Lion King. I'm not really going to talk about whatever controversy, but it had probably like, 1 million likes, and then it had like 40,000 dislikes in whatever platform it was. He said, if there are 40,000 people who don't like The Lion King and took it upon themselves to click dislike for The Lion King, what makes you think everybody's going to love you?
That part.
I remember that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's shift it. Let's have some game time, because I want to. Because the last 4 questions are so, because your life is, serious. This is serious. I got the chairwoman of the Black Lives Matter on the cover.
Thank you,
So,
Doctor. I love you so much. I love your spirit and your joy and your energy. And, we gotten lost looking for things together, walking around together, sat with each other together, prayed together. Like, I feel so blessed to know you. Yeah, it's a good
yes,
time.
your spirit just warmed my heart. I was telling my friend, she's so sweet, guys. I mean, because I know you be under so much pressure, and I'm the kind of person,
Yeah.
I'm the kind of friend, and I call myself a friend to say if I'm around you, I don't want to put the pressure. You already got to go through enough.
Yeah.
Look at,
Thank you for seeing
oh
that.
my
Thank
God,
you
you know
for
how many
seeing that.
million people are part of Black? Can we
Yeah.
go and Google it? I
I
mean,
know.
that's a
I
lot of
know.
people. So when I get
We have 3.2 on our 3.2 million on our Instagram right now.
right, that's a
Every
lot.
day. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm around you, I want to bring good energy. I want to make you laugh. I want to make you,
Yeah.
I'm saying, smile. Let's do a girls' night out. That's what it's all about. You gotta
I
you gotta
know.
have people like that in your life. But I gotta
Fill your
ask
cup.
you a question. Gotta fill your
All right.
cup. 10 books you recommend and why?
Oh my gosh, 10. Okay.
I'm talking about
Now,
take me all the way back and bring me four.
Jesus. Okay, there are so many. When and
Your
where
favorite,
okay, I gotta start the Bible. Like, come on. I mean, that's the foundation, right?
right?
We have to. It's on my nightstand. There's lots of variations of scripture that I've read by different authors, my meditations and such. So I gotta start the Bible. I hope I can get you to 10. I'm gonna throw a funny one in there. They're not gonna recommend
Okay.
that you're not gonna expect. When and Where I Enter, Paula Giddings. I read that in college. And that actually, if anybody's a Delta, I am not. But if anybody's a Delta, they know her name because she has written many, many books about sisterhood. And I remember that being really impactful for me.
Okay.
Yep. Coming of Age in Mississippi was another one. And that
Mm.
actually is a biography about a young woman who was growing up in the midst of racism in Mississippi. Um, that's another good one. Okay, let me throw an interesting one in there. Let's see. Becoming Michelle Obama. That's
Oh yeah,
easy. That's easy.
hands down.
Yep, yep. There, have you read Viola Davis's book?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
her,
so good.
you know what? I actually listened to her audiobook. And her audiobook was really powerful because she was the one that read it. And so that's another one. A book that changed my life is called The Nap Ministry by Tricia Hersey. And that one, have you heard of this one?
I'm writing it down.
It's actually called The Nap Ministry is her ministry. The book is called Rest is Resistance. So Rest is Resistance. Somebody actually told me about the Nap Ministry first, and I started following Tricia Hersey on social media. That book challenged me to think differently about rest and worthiness and what it means to be fully human in a culture that demands more of us,
Wow.
right? Like it's been something that's been implanted in us, like you only rest when you're sick. And that's not necessarily how it should be. And she's really
Right.
intentional about rest not being just a reward, it being a right.
Mm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Like you deserve to rest. As leaders called to serve others, exhaustion is not proof of commitment, right? You come from a place like I said before, of wholeness. Another one is called Decolonizing Wealth.
Mm.
And that transformed how I think about philanthropy and power. What I say all the time, it's interesting when I meet people, they talk about money, cash, and I'm like, let's not talk about money, let's talk about currency. Right? That's very different, right? Your time is currency. Your love is currency. Your resilience is currency. Your story is currency. And so, right. And so in that, and I learned that early on. I might not have had a lot of money in the bank, but I had a story and a testimony that was linked to other people's destiny. And it could actually garner the support of people who had money if I knew how to
Right.
tell it the right way. How many am I at now? I
Girl,
don't
you
know.
had what was it, 6?
I don't know. I feel like
You're
I've been just
doing
talking and talking.
good.
Another one that I loved was Will by Will Smith.
So it was a good book.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's long. It's long.
That's why I
And I
didn't get
listened to,
it. I remember it because I remember
yeah,
him holding it up. I was like, I'm not about to read. Now
yeah, it's long.
I'll do a book. I'll do an audible. I love audibles. I can just
Well,
sit.
I was just gonna say that it's
Just
actually really it. I listen to his Audible. I travel a lot, so I listen to his Audible, and it's really
okay.
dope because he incorporates music. There's times he's rapping, you know, throughout, and it's his voice, and he's reading it. Because you know it's a celebrity story, and there's controversy around every celebrity, but it's really about fear and identity and healing, and the difference between success and fulfillment, right? And he talks a
Mm.
lot about achievement. And people always think, you've arrived, and but achievement doesn't always bring you peace. You got to do some inner work too. And so
Mhm.
so I really, really loved that book. Surprisingly, I read it at the same time that as a friend of mine, and so we were able to have conversations kind of at the same time talking about it.
Mhm.
Um, Okay, I'm thinking about other books that I've 1619 Project. That's another
Yes.
good one.
Yes.
The Nicole Hannah Jones. I mean, I just there's a lot to that. I used to work for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund because, like I mentioned, I've done lots of work with social justice organizations, and I just think about what she went through just to tell the true story of
Can y'all hear her? No, did we lose her? Cicely, can y'all hear me? Oh, I want this interview so bad, Lord. Y'all pray, herpreneurs, pray, because this is such a good interview. Can y'all hear me? Because I can't. Takima, do you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Oh, God. Such a good interview. Let's pray. I know it's like she's probably talking and let's pray, guys. Let's see if we get her back in here because this is such a great. Is this not a great interview? We got the chairman of Black Lives Matter on. I just think this is just awesome. We call Sissy. Yep, she'll come back in. She popped off. She'll come back in. Is this not a great interview or what, guys? Do y'all know how she's major? And when you meet, you see how down to earth she is. I mean, she has to be under so much pressure, and for her to take out the time to come on the Convo and have conversation with us is everything for me. And just to, and no, I wasn't even thinking about it being Juneteenth month, right? God favor. She and I was hanging out last Thursday, and I was like, "Come on the show." She was like, "I would love to come on your show," and she said yes. So let's see if we can get her back on. I have her cell phone number. I'll call her and see can we get her back on. Hopefully she'll pop back in because this is a really good interview. Let's pray. Let's pray. Mama, this here. No, come back in. Well, there. Listen, it was you. It's fine. Come on in. We're waiting on you. Okay. No, you're good. When I say they, she said great interview. I mean, they're commenting like crazy in here. That's fine. Come on. Okay. Bye bye. She's coming, guys. She's coming. This was awesome. I know I didn't say nothing to y'all about it because I didn't know for sure was she gonna say yes. She told me the yes last week, but for her to come on and be clearly she's a woman of integrity because she said I'm coming, Dr. Nikki. I'll be there on Wednesday, and I kind of like okay, we're gonna see if she'll come because I meet so many people, so many celebrities, so many dignitaries, so many people who's doing major things in the world. But I just, we just connected. That's why it's good to make sure you be nice to people, be good to people, because you just never know. You being good would be great. Are you going to do the game you did with us? Yes, I'm going to do the game. Wait, no, I'm waiting on her to come back in. We're going to do the game. Y'all ready for the game? We're going to do the game. Kai, you be trying to keep me on my toes, don't you, girl? I love it. Stay holding me accountable for it. She don't know what's gonna hit her. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be a fun game though. Y'all ready? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we just waiting on her. She's switching over to her cell phone. She's switching over to her cell phone. So you want to know? Yes, I am going to do the game. Okay, we're gonna have fun with this game. There she goes. She's back. Look at God.
Gosh, I'm so
They
sorry.
was in.
That was my Wi-Fi.
It's okay. We're here for it. They are enjoying
I'm so
you.
sorry, y'all. I promise you it wasn't me. It was my computer. Just lost
It's
my
all
signal.
good. It's all good. So you name your is there any other book? And the reason why I do everyone like this because it might
So
be a
many.
book that you have that I might need or somebody else might need to read.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, I'm the kind of person I want to know how your brain working. Like for you to be
Yeah.
as successful as you are, how did I mean like you had to read books. You had to be around people
Yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
inspire you. And so it might be some books that you might know that we need to read to make us a better person. That's the purpose
Yeah.
of me doing that.
Well, I have one. I have many by my mentor. Her name is Susan L. Taylor. She was the editor in
Love
chief of
her.
Essence magazine for 37 years.
That's
And
right.
she has a few. I would to round out my 10. I'm gonna round them out with hers. In the Spirit. That one she wrote gracious when I was in high school, and it's basically essays adapted from her column in the Spirit that was at the beginning of every Essence magazine. It's about faith and love and personal growth, and so you could go all the way back to like 1994, 95, and in the Spirit. And then I'll fast forward, I think, to her last book. It's called All About Love. And
Mm,
she's someone who's taught me about the power of love, and that's, about love and courage and more about relationships, but also living authentically. I rounded out with Susan Taylor.
I interviewed her years ago.
Wow.
Did I was
Yeah,
working for
she's a real
Rolling Out.
deal.
I
She
was working
she
for
changed
Rolling
she
Out.
changed my life. She changed my life. She saw something in me very early on. And I don't think I've ever heard her yell. I don't think I've ever heard her raise her voice, but she is powerful,
She's
right?
powerful. Yes.
Yeah, and so she's been someone who I've had the beauty of sitting at her feet and learning not just from what she tells me, but what she shows me. I'm so blessed to have her pour into me and my sons.
Wow. Okay, everybody excited about these games. Okay, we're game people. So here's the next game. It's time for the purse confection.
Okay.
What you really have in your bag.
I'm about
Tell
to
us
you
about
am I
your
supposed to
bag.
I'm about to like I have my purse over here. Okay.
Okay.
It's right beside me. It's right beside me. I have a big duffel bag because I just got off a plane.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm gonna pull out is a neck pillow. This is not I was not expecting this, but this is really true. My bag is right here. My neck pillow.
Okay.
Um, let's see what else I got in here. I'm digging through it. I have lots of phone cords. I mean, what in the world? I have headphones.
Headphones. So
Yeah.
what do you have in your bag that people would not expect to be in your bag?
Oh my gosh. I have scrunchies. I'm really looking to like tell y'all the truth about this. To tell you what's really okay. This is embarrassing, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay, let's
Um,
do it.
I don't know if people would be surprised, but this is my favorite candy. I love Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, really?
I am obsessed with Twizzlers. Look, I got two left because I was
Oh
eating them
yeah,
on the
you like
plane.
Twizzlers. I've
I
never.
was eating them on the
I
plane yesterday, and
I
my
ate
family
one
is like,
time and I just did not like it.
they're like, if you don't cut the Twizzlers, you're gonna weigh 400 pounds. But I love Twizzlers, so
So
I
she
don't
likes
know.
Twizzlers.
Yep, yep. This was a gift from my partner. He's so thoughtful. I love taking photos, and I haven't opened it yet. It's one of these little things that you can hook up to your phone
Oh,
to
that's
download.
good.
Yeah, he gave it to me as a gift. It's so sweet. I gotta use it and put and actually, actually download my photos so that I don't lose them.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. And then
So
the
she
obvious, I got a toothbrush, I got lip gloss.
okay. So she survived the person confession.
I mean, look, who would have thought that my bag? I did not know you were gonna ask that question. And my bag is right here. It is right here.
Okay, here's the other game that we want to. It's called the this or that game. You ready?
Okay. Okay.
So the this or that, you only can choose one.
Okay.
All right. So here's the first question. Do you like coffee or tea?
Coffee. That's easy. I
Coffee.
don't even know what the alternative is. Coffee every day. Every day.
Mountains or beach?
Oh, wow. Beach. I'll say beach. I
Beach.
love the water. I do love the water. I do a lot of staycations, or from time to time, because I travel so much from work, I'll choose a hotel that may be a little farther from the venue, but it'll give me a night by the water. So I'll choose water,
Okay.
beach.
Heels or sneakers?
Ooh, I'm very proud of my shoe game. I like both. Okay, I
Me
gotta say,
too.
I
Got
know.
to.
Okay. I'll say sneakers. I do wear sneakers most days. I wear sneakers most days. I have a lot of tennis shoes. I have 3 sons, and so they keep me
I was about to say
very,
you got
very
it. You
aware.
got it. I mean, because you're a straight boy mom, so I can see why you
Yeah, I
would
have a lot. I have a lot of
sneakers.
sneakers. I wear Jordan ones. I wear Air Max, Air Max ones. Those are my favorites. But I just got some sparkly sneakers the other day. I love sneakers. I have to wear heels a lot, but I prefer to wear sneakers.
Okay. Getaway. I mean, no. Plane or road trip?
Plain. I'm
See?
very efficient. I'm very efficient. So, I mentioned raising my 3 sons. Most of the time, if I'm on a road trip, I'm driving. So what that means is I'm not really getting much done
Right.
when I'm driving.
Because you
When I'm
working.
driving, yeah, or I'm driving, so I can't really get anything else done, right? So I think I'm on planes a lot, and I can still get things done
Okay.
faster.
Text message or phone call?
1,000% text message. Dr. Nikki, if you call my phone right now, it will say, I see your call. I'm on the other line. Please send me a text message. That's what my voicemail says. Just text
Okay.
me. Yes, text me.
Bible app or paper Bible?
Oh, paper Bible when I'm home in my room, in my bed, Bible app when I'm at church.
Okay. Worship music or gospel choir?
Oh my gosh. That's hard because, like, I love Ty Tribbett. I mean, okay, I was just listening to CC today, so I'm gonna say worship
Right.
music.
Okay,
It's
you
something,
worship.
yeah, it's something about the power of a singular voice.
Okay. Book or podcast?
Book, but I do a lot of audiobooks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Legacy or influence?
Ooh, man. Shoot. I mean, if you influence right, you should leave a legacy. I think it's got I think I speak more about legacy. I speak
Yeah, I
more
think you do.
about, yeah, when I'm really at the heart of what fuels me, I'm thinking about what I'm leaving from my grandchildren, of which I have two.
Good.
So, yeah.
Okay, quiet time or girls trip?
I'm going on a girls trip tomorrow. Um, I'm actually an introvert.
You
So I
told me
gotta
that.
say,
You told me that.
yeah,
You
right.
said that.
You're right. Because you know what? Oftentimes people think when I'm placed it, because I speak so much, people are like, of course you're gonna go. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Now, when I'm called to speak, I'll speak. But
Right.
I love one-on-one time with people I love and care about. That fuels me. I love being in my own spaces. So as much as I need girls trips from time to time, I'm intentional about them, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, I do love my quiet time.
Okay, leadership or service?
Oh, service for sure. I mean, real leadership is service, right? I used to be the executive director of this international child welfare agency. And I used to do work in India and Kenya. And I used to actually go visit orphanages there. And I remember I had this plaque on my wall, and it was basically a leader and then, the people he were leading. And it said, a boss says go, a leader says let's go. Right.
Mm.
And so I said, that's the kind of leader that I've always wanted to be, a leader worth following.
Well, clearly you're doing it. You're
Sorry.
because the people are following, and I think that's very
Yeah.
important that they follow. Okay, last game.
Okay.
Finish the church phrase.
Oh, Dr. Nikki, no, I'm scared of this one.
Why?
Let me tell you the truth. I was
Okay.
born in Topeka, Kansas. I never talk about this. Look what you're bringing out of me. I was born in Topeka, Kansas, and then I moved to Virginia when I was, fairly young. But I went to white churches when I was really young. I mean, I
So
was the
you,
only black girl. I was the only black girl in my class. So of course, it's like I've navigated multiple worlds. So a lot of the
which
time
is
when people,
good.
yes, it's a
But
blessing
that's me.
now.
You know what? That's what we do have in common because from shoot girl from 7th grade up into 12th grade, I went to an all white school.
Yeah. Well,
So
so
I was like,
like, yes. So my
but the,
foundation is Topeka, Kansas. So then when I ended up moving, where my parents grew up, that was Southampton Roads, Virginia, 757. It was almost all black, and people were like, "Girl, where did you come now?" And not only that, both of my parents were teachers. My mom being an English teacher.
oh God.
So okay. So my disclaimer for this one. Although
Okay.
I go to non-denominational right now, I didn't go to black churches until I was like after college.
But we're gonna
Yeah.
see if you know a couple of them.
Let's see what I can
Okay.
do. Let's see what I can do.
God is good.
All the time. Yes, that's what I
We
know.
got that with. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Won't he do it?
Oh my God. Won't he do it? I want I want to say yes, he will.
Yes, he
But
will. Good.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, you got two. I'm trying to get a little easy one.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, throw me a curve here.
When praises go up,
Blessings come down.
okay, you did good with that one.
Yeah.
No weapon
That's
formed
a
against
song
me.
too.
Yeah, these are all songs, really. They really are.
Yeah. I love that one.
No weapon formed against me
Shall prosper.
shall prosper. Okay. Weeping may endure for a night, but
Joy comes in the morning.
Cicley,
Ooh,
you're doing
I have
good.
meditated on that bad boy for a long time. Trust me, and during the weaving season. Like,
I
come
was
on, Mom.
glad. I was glad when they say unto me, "Let us,
No, I don't know this one.
let us go into the house of the Lord."
Oh, of course.
Okay,
You know, a
okay,
lot of
okay.
times, you know what? A lot of times when I went to a Baptist church, they would say this actually at the end of service. They would say that
That's
one at the
right.
end of service. Yes, yeah,
That's right. You got it. Okay.
yeah.
Touch not my anointed,
I've heard it, but I don't know.
and do my prophet no harm.
No harm. That's right. That's right.
Okay. The Lord
This
is
is like
my.
an F now.
No, you don't. No, you did good. You only missed what, two?
I
Two.
think
Come on, y'all.
so.
Let's go
You
ahead and
should
grade
stop while I'm
Cicely.
ahead.
I mean, you did good. You did no weapon form against me. You
I
did.
know the audience is like, get her in a church. Oh, give me some grace.
That me here cracking up laughing. I like doing this because sometimes we can be so serious that we
I
miss
know.
laughter. Oh my God, laugh sometime. Okay,
Yeah,
let's get back
it's
to the
true.
questions that were sent to me. Here's a couple more questions. Okay. What will you say to women who know they are called to make an impact, but they are afraid to be seen or judged?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that was me. Can I tell you a Can I tell you a quick story? I know we don't have
Yeah,
a lot of time. So
yes.
I mean, I mentioned I raised these, my sons, and I struggled financially, and I filed bankruptcy. I mean, over 10 years ago. And I remember being afraid when I was working for people to find that out. And and there's lots of reasons I did. I mean, I had, half of my debt, $60,000, was student loans, some was medical bills, for whatever reason. It was a business decision that I made. And it didn't stop me from doing work or serving. I managed multi-million dollar budgets, never dipped my hand in the cookie jar. Like, it actually said a lot about, who I was in terms of integrity, because I was struggling personally but thriving professionally. Anyway, when I joined this board, that came out. I remember it being in the New York Post that I had filed bankruptcy a decade before. And and they attempted to push me into a corner of shame because of it.
Mm.
The decisions that I'd made in the past. But I'm think, Dr. Nikki, now, like, who is successful has not been through something, right? Like, why
Mm.
is perfection the expectation when it comes to leadership? And I had another really good friend who said to me, because I'm telling you, I was in the bed under the covers, and I was like, gosh, Black Lives Matter has been through so much controversy. I don't want to bring any more drama. I don't want to bring any more doubt. I just want to do this right. And yes, that's who I was, but I learned from it, right? And I remember he said, girl, they freed you. They put your story in the New York Post talking about your bankruptcy 10 years ago, and now you can tell everybody why, how, when, and do you know, 6 months later, we had started a program called the Student Solidarity Fund, where we were paying off people's
Mm,
student loans and helping young college students like I was pay for books and food and transportation. And so to answer your question through that story, you don't have to be perfect to serve. Right.
mm,
If doubt enters your mind about who is the right person to be in a position of leadership, you have a story to tell. That story is tied, that testimony is tied to somebody else's destiny. You have a responsibility, right? That's not selfish. It's not
mm.
selfish. It's selfless to
That's
give and serve based on what you've achieved and accomplished and frankly struggled through. So just,
mm.
people have to remember they don't have to be perfect to serve.
I love this. This is so good. What legacy do you want your work, your voice, and your leadership to leave behind?
Yeah. I want to be remembered as somebody who came into this organization and injected love. It's
Mm,
hard. I mean, I'm leading a Black-led organization in the United States of America. It's hard being Black. I'm just in these United States, right? It always has been. But for me, love is not just an emotion, it's a strategy. Right. When we mentor a child, when we invest in community, when
mm,
we, I'm running now an organization called BLM Sports. We help an athlete, we create an opportunity, we're putting faith into action. And so I want my legacy to be that I came here, I left this place better than I found it, and I did it with love.
mm. This is so good. I'm so honored to have you. I'm
I'm
trying
honored to have
not
you.
to
I'm sorry
cry.
about
I'm
I'm so mad about my
emotional.
I know. It's real. It's real. I feel
Mm,
so humbled and honored to be in this position. And I keep saying I never expected it. That's the lesson. You put one foot in front of the other and do what God tells you to do. When you talk about my bio, I didn't know 15 years ago I'd be, here. I was just serving. I was just supporting. I was just learning. I was just growing. I was just listening to what God told me to do. And that, those started to be the tools that were in my toolbox, right? And then when it was time to be called, whether I felt I was qualified or not, I stepped into positions, right? And am committed to remain here and do as much good as I possibly can. But I'm so humble to serve,
mm.
and I don't take the responsibility lightly.
Well, guys, you guys will get a chance to meet her in person at the Her Code because she's getting
Yes,
on board.
I know, I know.
She's
So I'm
coming
humbled by
together.
that too.
Yes, she gonna get loved on. Herpreneurs, let's go ahead and put some hearts in the chat and let this beautiful queen inside and out, inside and out. Because a lot of pretty girls out there now, but you inside and out beautiful. So I'm so glad
Mm,
to have you tonight, and we can't wait to see you in August at the Her Code Experience. She's coming to the Pink Fire branch, and we're honoring her. And we can't wait to love on you during that weekend. And I just think
thank you.
I'm great, just grateful. I'll probably see you before the. I think I'll be with you this weekend. Are you
Y-
coming? You're speaking in
Yes, yes, yeah, in Atlanta.
yep. So I will see you
Yeah.
Saturday.
I know. I know. We're always. Every time I see her red hair from a mile away, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in good company. I'm in the right place. I mean, we literally were walking around trying to find a location, and we found each other, and then we had just walking
And
around
I
talking to
didn't
each
have
other.
my glasses on, so when you called me, I was like,
Oh,
like, girl,
thank
you
God I knew you. Yeah, we got to spend some quality time together
we
that day
will.
too, and I'll see you again this weekend. No, I'm blessed by you. I'm blessed to know you. I'm
Thank
blessed
you.
to be in your orbit, to learn from you, to pray for
Yes.
you, and just to be a part of everything that you're doing. I'm so grateful for the
We
people
gotta
that
come to
God has
Crash New
put in my
York.
life.
We gotta come to
Yes.
Crash
I'm
New
yes, I'm
York, man.
between New York and Atlanta now, and
I know.
it's so fun because
But
I've
as long
become
as
an empty
I get
nester.
the invitation to the wedding, I'll be fine.
I
I want to
know.
go to this wedding.
I know. That's part two. That's part two.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We
I
gotta bring
love
you back.
love. I love love.
Yes, we gotta bring you back. Well, thank you so much, sis. And I'll see you Saturday. Come on, guys. How many enjoyed it? Come on, let's love on the woman of God, and we'll see her in August, and we'll take her. I'll be with her this weekend, but y'all see her in August, okay? Bye,
Thank you
Cicely.
all. See
Take
you
care.
soon.
Take care. Bye. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, Takima.